Welcome back to the Midnight Who Show, and I was really hoping that this would have been a more positive Funko NFT video, at least compared to the very first video I made on this topic on my second channel, the Midnight Scooby Show. And in that video, I basically said I wasn't a huge fan of them. You know, I felt that they were basically locking characters behind this NFT wall. And I have now bought in packs over multiple drops, and I've actually have gotten redeemables. And, you know, I still don't quite like it, but it's still at least a little bit fun, and you get some limited pieces. I never got anything for the Scooby-Doo drop, which was the very first one I participated in, nor my second one, which was the DC drop. But I did just buy one on the secondary market on Atomic Hub, and I picked Kyle Rayner. In retrospect, knowing what they would have done a little bit later down this year at Target, I would have probably went for the Eradicator, but I did have a little bit of a budget back then, so I just picked Kyle Rayner. And I was really excited. It finally came in the mail the other day, but as you can probably tell from the video, yep, I opened it up, and it was in two parts. Now, at first, I wasn't too panicked, because I thought, oh, okay, maybe they didn't glue this stand, you know, they just didn't glue it when it came out. Because I've had a few pops like that, but nope. It's hard to tell on the camera, but you can kind of tell it just snapped right off, and I'm not kind of sure how that happens. It's a little disappointing. I think this is a really cool figure. Like, seriously, look at that. Now, like I didn't hint at, Target has this pop, which is a comic book style pop. As you can see, they're both Kyle Rayner. But which one do you guys prefer? I actually think they're both really awesome. And my biggest worry was when I heard about the Target version was that it would be the exact same mold, just done in comic book style. Actually a little bit different. And I actually think I like both of them. And they look really cool. These are just awesome. I'm just really happy to have a brand new Green Lantern to the DC Funko collection. But I just wish, well, didn't arrive damaged. But what can you do? That stuff happens sometimes. I think the biggest thing with this, though, is, you know, Funko collectors like myself, we pay a pretty good amount of money sometimes for these redeemable pops, because sometimes we're not very lucky to get them in packs. So to have it arrive like, broken, it's definitely a little bit disappointing. I decided to email drop and just, I really don't know what they can do. This is a limited piece. The box is fine. I don't really know what they can do, but, why not? This figure is easily fixable. Honestly, you can get some super glue and it's going to be fine. It's just, you shouldn't have to do that with you just shouldn't have to do that. I also want to mention, well, two things. How they shipped it. It's really just, the normal way you would expect a Funko package to be shipped. You got this box, your sorter, and it goes in like that, and you ship it. And that's how you get it. Which is fine, but you still can get damage. And I've actually seen a box just crushed. And I've also seen someone post a video where it was just tossed onto their front door. But let's take a little closer look at the box. There it is, the Green Lantern Kyle Rayner. I do like the digital box design that they went for. Over text, it's a little shiny. And then the NFT release, 2,050 pieces, but that is not how many of them were redeemed. Like there in the back. So, but also, another thing I want to talk about is, as you can kind of tell how it is, it's just the normal insert. But the Target one that I got, from, Target, had this style clamshell, which I think is a lot better way to protect the stand. I think this is just a bit more secure. It's still a little bit loose in there when it was in the box, but I think that's a little bit more secure. But what I really want to mention, now this pop cost me $60. And you saw how it was shipped, okay? $60, okay? This pop cost me $12.89 to be shipped to me, because I ordered basically the whole wave of these wonderful figures on the back, so it was free shipping, but they ship them individually. Look how Target packs this, okay? So you got the box, you got an outer box, but then you got a box within a box, and there's actually even padding, so then you take this box out, and then it's bubble wrapped in this box, so double box. Target, now I have still gotten figures, arrive damaged because this doesn't guarantee how they, get to Target's warehouses before they ship it. But this is for a $12.89 pop. This thing was well protected. I really wish Drop and Funko would protect those NFTs a little bit because, for me, they're for my collection, yes. But, I'm not going to sell them. These are for my personal collection. I'm never going to get rid of it. But I still want my item to arrive in the best possible condition. It's tough, I feel, though, I'm still grateful to receive one of these figures. They're not easy to get. It took a long time for me to figure out how to use Atomic Hub. Seriously, to create a wax wallet was a nightmare. It took me about a month to finally figure it out. Because I tell you, that was quite the hassle. I think I even tweeted about it on my Twitter page. This is all first world problems, right? But I think it just comes down to the fact that, collectors want our items to arrive in the best possible condition. Now, I still think they didn't arrive damaged. The box was fine. And I probably would have never even noticed that this figure was broken if I didn't open it up. But that's kind of my thing that I do with every figure, even if I'm going to keep it in the box. I want to at least get a closer look at it instead of just putting in a hard pop protector and having it on a shelf. But I still like both of these. I still think both of them are really cool figures. But which style do you prefer more? The classic, as the NFT has, or the comic book style? Because I really do like the comic book look on it. Here's another little look at the figure before we end this review. It really looks cool. And I do like that they did make this Kyle Rayner a little bit different than the NFT pop. That is at least kind of cool. But here is that figure. But yeah. Well, that's it for tonight. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little video. You just have to be grateful sometimes for what you can get, but it does get a little bit disappointing when something like, that happens. But I'll be interested to see if anyone else has this problem with this Kyle Rayner just snapping clear off. This stand is no longer good. Because these stands are breakable, but you can be very careful with them. But, a lot of my Spider-Man pops, I've been worried about something like this happening. But, super glue can just fix this really easily. But I shouldn't have to do that on one of these NFT pops. I just shouldn't. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you guys for watching this little negative, positive, whatever you want to call this video. And which is your favorite? And did you get any of the DC Redeemable pops when this dropped in May? But I gotta say, this wave of NFT redeemables from Funko did not get massively delayed. Seriously, I feel so sorry for all the people who have the Nickelodeon and Transformers. They're still waiting for them, but apparently that stock was damaged. So you also have to look at that. Like, yes, you're going to wait a longer time for these figures, but hopefully the boxes arrive to you in the best possible shape. And I'm really excited for the upcoming drops that I have because I got one Hanna-Barbera pop and pretty much most of the Looney Tunes pops. I'm really excited for that one. And then they just did Elf, which had some really cool pops in there. I don't think my stance has changed too much since I did that video in March. I'm still not a big fan of Funko NFTs. I'm happy to get limited pops from Funko, so that's awesome. But I just wish they would basically slow a little bit down. I think they're ruining what made, NFTs seem a little bit more special if they did drops every month. Now it's, every 2 weeks, and now it's been every week at this point right now because we got it dropped this week and next week. So it's a lot to keep track of. And I'm more worried that, stuff like this could happen to other figures. But luckily, there's not many pops, I don't think, that have stands like this. So hopefully not type this damage will happen in the near future. So what Funko NFT from the DC drop did you receive? Or did you just completely skip out this wave? Or you just refused to even participate in the Funko NFTs? I'm curious to know. Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next week, which will be the final review for 2022 here on The Midnight Who Show. Bye, everyone.